How's it going today? Today we're going to talk about free stocks I'm buying for June. It's been a while since I made a video. I'm going to get right into it today. I'm going to pick some stocks today. Make sure you like and subscribe. I pick these stocks and hopefully beat the market. I do a pretty good job with it. I do reviews also on what stocks I also that I pick. I review them. I believe if you can't, everybody can pick stocks, but how many people review them? That's why I do the review videos, to make sure I check in with them. I think it's stupid. You go on the TV and here's some guy going on CNN or Fox Business Channel or whatever you watch, or he's talking about telling you to buy something, and then it crashes, and you never hear from the guy again. Or even if it does well, you never hear from the guy again. It's easy to recommend it. But anyway, I'm going to jump in right to it. I got 3 of them for this month, for June. It's been kind of a up month for the most part. It was down a little bit yesterday. Actually, I'm still massively up over the market over the last couple years. Actually, the market's underperformed really for the most part. It hasn't really done well. It's really actually for the last 3 or 4 years, for the last 3 years, really, it's done well if you bought the dips, but it just keeps running up and then comes back down, runs up, comes back down. That's how it's just been going. But anyway, we're going to get right into it. The Nasdaq's done well. It was at an all-time high, came down a little bit yesterday. I think that's just some profit taking. They're scared of the coronavirus again, and I don't know 100% what's going on with that. But anyway, I think these companies will do well regardless. We just saw some good numbers from Adobe doing well. These companies are still doing well. A lot of these companies that I'm going to recommend, they probably will do well also, and some of them haven't even went up for a little bit. But anyway, we're going to jump right into it. The first stock I'm going to recommend here is HubSpot. I've recommended this on my channel before. It's done well. I've always just kind of building out a bigger position in it. It was it was one of the first stocks. I think it was around 150. It's around 200 now. So I'm doubling up on it. Normally I just keep adding to my winners. Really, that's what I normally do on this channel. Actually, I made a whole video of June of last year, and I added to every single one of my winners, and that's what I did, and they did excellent. They did what and normally these companies, they just get bigger, they just keep growing. These things can keep growing for years, 3, 4, 5, even decades. If they're a fantastic company, they can grow even decades. And you think about it, if you can grow a company 20%, it's going to be a lot bigger than it is now. And HubSpot, basically what it does, it's a $9 billion company. I believe this could easily be a $30 billion company, maybe a $40 billion company. So essentially that's 4 times where it's at. So at $200 a share, it could easily maybe hit 1,000 or so. It might split its stock and do things like that. But I believe HubSpot could get there. HubSpot could grow into a massive company. Basically, you think about what it does, it's basically almost kind of like Salesforce in a way. It's been compared to that, but it affects smaller businesses, and I think that's a great opportunity. But think about it, all these businesses are being hurt right now. They're hurt because of the coronavirus. They're looking for a way to become more profitable, more efficient. And how do you become more profitable? Be more efficient. Cut your expenses and just drive sales and do that. So that's what HubSpot does. It does this computer, what they call CRM type stuff, where it's customer relationship management. What that does is that you can kind of see where your customers are. You can retrack them. Think about all of the emails list. You've done it. We know the digital advertisement. You put your email address in, and then you get pummeled by 1,000,001 emails from, let's say you bought something at Amazon. Amazon does this. I don't know if they use HubSpot. I didn't, I'm sure but anyway, just think about all the emails that you get from Amazon once you buy something or advertisement. And let's say I get a lot of things from, golly knows what. Just getting bombarded with the emails and the marketing. These things, the digital marketing is big. It's going to get bigger, and it's actually more efficient marketing, because you think about it, they can target. You go on Google and look up something, and then here it is on Facebook, on YouTube. Let's say you were looking to buy a car. What do you see? Car ads. You get emails from Ford now and stuff like that. If you go on their website, I guarantee, you just leave an email, and then you get all these emails. And that's basically what it is. That's digital advertising. That is targeting people in marketing, it's basically the cold customer, the warm customer, and the hot customer. Basically, you trying to get them, they don't know you, they know you a little bit, then they know you a lot, then they do business with you. It's just kind of how they build relationships, and that's kind of how it works with marketing and stuff like that, But anyway, HubSpot makes that a little more efficient, a little more better. It gives us software that you can use. And now moving on to the next one, I don't want to go on and on about, but DocuSign is basically the next one I recommend. This one has been a big winner for me. Also, I've missed this stock for a while, and I thought about recommending it. And I never have. This one's just one of the ones that got away on this channel that I've never recommended, and it's a new recommendation. I try to make them new, but I try to also do the ones that I think it's all about beating the market. That's what I try to do on this channel. And I go recommend anything that I think has the biggest opportunity to beat the market. But I also have some diversification. I don't want to just keep recommending the same stocks, even though I think they might. You never know. I mean, anything can happen. A CEO steps down, a scandal. I mean, you never know. So that's why I believe in a little diversification also. But I also not believe in over-diversification just for the sake of diversification. I don't like that either. But anyway, DocuSign is basically, think of e-signatures. Think of, like, you ever bought anything online? I'm sure everybody has. Or maybe you live under a rock. But you buy it, and there's a signature that you have to sign. Like, click the box and then sign, try to sign in this little box. That is DocuSign. That's kind of what they do. So you think about all the transaction, think about real estate. Slowly going on the internet. You think of Zillow. They're selling real estate on their platform now. Think of all the stuff you have to sign when you buy real estate. Buy a car. You can buy a car now. A lot of things, people are buying used cars. You can buy a used car from Florida, have it shipped up here and all that. You see that going on a lot. Think of Tesla. With Tesla, they don't even have dealerships. You can order online, but you have to sign the paperwork. How do you sign the paperwork? Through DocuSign and companies like that. It's a very big, you can see the massive opportunity, and it's just on the foothills, in my opinion, with these companies, and I believe DocuSign is the leader in this. And I believe if it doesn't, I believe almost Microsoft, if they can't compete them, some company like Microsoft might buy them out, I think this could be a good thing for maybe a target acquisition. Maybe some bigger cloud company. But this thing, I thought it was going to get bought out like LinkedIn or something like that by Microsoft, but it never really did. It just kept getting bigger. And that's why I recommend it again. You think about just a lot of times I just kind of think what's kind of growing and what's kind of big, and that's kind of the big trend, and DocuSign is kind of getting into that. It's a very big opportunity for DocuSign. They do all that, and and the other thing is they do security. See, a lot of companies, they can do that signature, but you want to make sure it's safe. You know what I mean? You want to make sure it's not something else. You know what I mean? And that's what also they do. That's going to be even bigger. Security is going to be bigger. Nobody wants to make a transaction and sign this and then it not be this. They help out all that too. They're just not signatures. It's not just they put a box down there. They also do that in software. So let's say you're a real estate company that wants to branch out and sell things online. You could use DocuSign, so you can put security and that signature and do all that. The next one is an all-time winner on this channel, and I'm going to recommend it again, is MasterCard. MasterCard has always been that company. I always call them, I don't even know what, I call them like creepers. You know what I mean? They just keep creeping up. Nobody really notices them. Nobody talks about Microsoft, MasterCard. Nobody really talks about it. You hear maybe a little blip here, but this thing has went up extremely over the last since I bought it back in 2015. It's up over 200%. This thing just keeps, it's almost, well, actually, I think it was over 300%. So, this thing, it just keeps going up and up and up and up, and it just keeps growing. Nobody's talking about it. Everybody knows that we're going to this digital cashless society, and I talked about, I recommended that. Also, I can leave a link where I talk about all the ones I like in the cashless society. A lot of people say, well, and I don't think they fully understand this cashless society. Everybody in America is slowly going over there. So people still do that. I don't even know if anybody writes checks. I don't even have a checkbook. I don't write checks. I've never written a check. I've always just used my card. Since I got in the bank, I was just like, well, just use my card. So the younger generation, like me, or the younger people, they fully understand that. Some of the older people, but slowly they're going over too. And the other thing with MasterCard, it's a global company. So you think about places like China and India and stuff. These places are slowly getting into this digital kind of revolution. They always have cash, and now they're slowly doing a MasterCard, and that's what MasterCard does. So you think about these bigger countries are slowly getting to this capitalist kind of mentality. India, that's why they love, it was the thing where Trump went to, not again political, but he went to India and they loved him. Why? Because they want to be capitalism. They see him as the capitalist person, and that's what they see. He has big towers and big buildings, and they want to be that. And India is one of the places. I mean, there's a lot of places like that are slowly moving into kind of these capitalist societies. They're tired of being beaten down by it. Maybe the Middle East will figure it out, but that MasterCard, they could be right there signing that goes, hey, we're going to do digital, and that's going to even do more growth, because they're basically like a toll booth. I mean, every single time you swipe your MasterCard, they make money off that. They make a small percentage off every single transaction in America. So long as the economy people keep spending money, and every single time they go online, think about all the line. You can't use cash online. You can't go to Amazon and be like, well, my package is here. Here's $10 for the mailman. It's all through digital. It's all through these. Also, there's a lot of them. I'm not going to get into the help with that. I can leave a link down in the description for that Cashless Society report. Make sure you like and subscribe, and tell me what you guys are watching. And that's what I'm looking at this month. This is what I already added to both of those positions. I always add to MasterCard. Every single time the market dips like 10, 15%, 20%, I always have MasterCard. That's why it's one of pretty large position. I don't go crazy with it. I have in also other positions, but MasterCard's always been my go-to when the market goes down. I normally add to MasterCard because I believe it might take a dip a little bit, but it always goes back up, and it just keeps climbing. I don't think that's going anywhere. I think that's better than owning banks, honestly. But anyway, thank you for watching, and see you on the next show. And hopefully you guys like the video. Thank you.